organizations that help to foster Jewish identity in a non-traditional way, including the ROI community. IBA's Ellie Wogelenter asked senior staff member Esther Kustanowitz about the group's initiative.
ROI is a wonderful project. It's a community of Jewish innovators founded by Lynn Schusterman in 2006, and ever since then we've been building a community of imaginative young Jews from around the world who are connecting with one another both in person and virtually via the internet. And it's really providing a place where we're cultivating the Jewish future.
And what these people are presenting are new, innovative ways to keep Jews connected to other Jews in different kinds of formats. Explain that.
Yes, well, it's a program for Jews in their 20s and 30s, and this population really enjoys making their own connections instead of necessarily joining pre-existing communities that are in their local environments. So what they've been able to do is to connect to certain points within the culture that they feel like an affinity for. And so they build out those particular elements. And it can be in any field, basically, from technology to education to Israeli hasbara and environmental activism, social justice. We've got people in the network from 50 countries and speaking many, many languages, and they all have this point of connection, which is that they're bootstrapping their own Jewish identities.
When you say you're talking about they didn't feel an affinity with organizations and structures already existing in their community, these are people who don't connect to, what, synagogues, to federations, to Jewish organizations of any kind, and they're looking for a new Jewish world in which...
Right. Well, I think that one of the challenges for the Jewish institutional world, and I can speak mostly to the United States because that's primarily my experience, but that institutional programs don't necessarily allow for the flexibility and the personal connection points that they need. So what they end up doing is creating their own structures for identity, which in some ways doesn't translate, to any kind of numbers of increased involvement with, pre-existing structures, which leads those pre-existing structures to believe that the young people aren't interested. But what they are is actually interested in a different way. And one of the things that's coming up in the States now is this opportunity to try to bring those two populations together, to bring the Jewish institutions and the innovators together and have them work together, because really they're not diametrically opposed. There are possibilities for building bridges.
Is this the future of the Jewish world as we know it?
Well, I think that this is definitely the shaping of the Jewish future happens through ROI and other Jewish leadership programs, because they do permit the flexibility to connect in a very personal way to Jewish life and tradition and culture.